Greetings, 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 good people. I am so thankful that you are here, both here with us on this video, this YouTube video, as well as just here on the planet at this time. It has not been an easy feat to be here, has not been an easy thing to choose to stay here. And so I'm thankful that you are, and thankful that you're here with me. So, this video is part of the journey that we're taking together related to my books, which I will bring them up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Um, so my books, both books actually, this is related to this and giving you a tool that's relevant in both of these works that I've created. The most recent one being Remember Who the Fuck You Are, which is a journal and activity book for Black women. And it's meant to give you activities, some that are more soul searching, more internal, some that have you go out into the world and into history and research and understand the legacy, the rich legacy of being a Black woman on this planet. And some of the activities are just fun, like coloring pages or word puzzles and things that we can kind of ebb and flow from doing the work to peel away the junk and the trauma that we've all been exposed to and to rebuild ourselves, to re-know ourselves, to return home to ourselves in fun and relevant ways. So this work that we're in this video talking about is related to that, as well as my first book, which is titled From Fat, Black, and Unlovable to Beautiful, Powerful Love. And it is part memoir, part self-help book, but I walk you through some of the life-changing experiences that I've had specifically around this aortic dissection, these three open heart surgeries and three deaths and resuscitations that I experienced. Really, I mean, some folks call it near death. I'm like, I think they was just about to call me dead. So I don't know if that's near death, but I think technically that's the realm that it's in. And just so many things that experience opened up for me to start to learn. And of course, more and more and more has continued to unfold for me. So those are works that are coming. But today, this video is about a tool that I reference in both of those works that are actually already on the market, available on Amazon or on my website, which is what I'm sharing with you here. And my website is beautifulpowerfullove.com. So let's keep it going. Let me just grip my notes because I will go off on a tangent and make this a 2-hour video, and none of us want that. But before I dive in, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so that you know when I post new content, which I will be doing more now this year. 2025 is the year for that. And as well as when I go live, there's some things and conversations that we need to have that I'm going to want to share with you that I'll go live to do so. So, but if you find this video helpful, I also encourage you to share it with someone. Share it with the people, the women, the Black women in your life who might need it, and leave a comment. Really engage so that we can build community. And it helps the channel out. Thank you for that. So let me introduce you in this video. Oh, wait, who am I? My name is Barbara Ohuninifa. You might also see me on Amazon as Barbara Pamplin. I'm starting to transition more into myself now, so the Barbara Ohuninifa is where I'm going. But you might find me there as well. And I am an author, as I just mentioned, with the two books that are out so far and a couple more coming this year, and a speaker and a coach. And really, at the end of the day, I'm a Black woman that's been through some things, and there's no way I'm gonna go through the things that I've been through and learn what I've learned and not share it with other Black women. So hopefully, you don't have to go through all the same things, and we can come together so that we can all heal and move forward because that's best done in community, in circle, in true community, not toxically bonded community. So, with that, what we're talking about today is this core concept from both of my books, and it's called micro moments. And these are small, simple practices that you can just weave into your day, and they create calm and connection and energy for transformation or for healing or just to not choke somebody out. You know what I'm saying? And so these are things that I've used, and I introduced them in the first book, and I continued on with them. And they really helped me, whether I'm standing in line and I need to center myself because I'm feeling super anxious or impatient. And I'll tell you, they were birthed in the conference rooms at my former employer. I don't even want to give them no shine. It was a major technology company. All you got to do is look at me on LinkedIn and you'll see where I used to work. But sitting in those conference rooms, in those endless, endless meetings, really ready to just not be there. I'll just put it like that. Or needing to respond to something in a way that was per my last email type of response versus didn't I so yeah. So this breath work, these micro moments have helped me to make it through those times and to make it through so much more and in small amounts at a time. And I know that they can help you too. So let's explore them a little bit more and see how they work. And then there'll be other videos that you'll find on my channel of actually guiding you through these micro moments. So you're not alone. You don't have to figure out how to do it and read the information and then go back and do it. You can just listen and follow along until it becomes a habit in your life. So let's explore these and see how you can make them a consistent part of your journey. So micro moments are simple 5-minute breathing techniques or visualizations or meditations that you do throughout the day, multiple times throughout the day. They're designed to meet you where you are. So if you're new to meditation and you have a hard time focusing or concentrating or sitting still, 5 minutes, you can do anything for 5 minutes. And you don't have to do the 5 minutes perfectly. But the idea is that you just do it frequently, often enough till your body starts to adjust. Or if you have an established practice, this is for you as well. But these moments are calming and grounding. That's what they're meant to do. So much of what we've been through as a people, and I'm talking specifically to Black women, so much of what we've been through is held in our bodies. And our nervous system has responded to it and has adjusted as best it can, but it just needs to calm down. Our nervous system needs to relax and calm down so that we can think clearly, so that our bodies can process and digest, and our heart rates can be normal and our blood pressures can be normal. So, calming and grounding and creating that mental space is important and it's critical. And that's part of the beauty of these micro moments. You can do that in these small incremental ways. And that's the beauty of the micro moments. Again, is in its simplicity and its flexibility. You can do them anywhere. You don't have to carve out a big, huge amount of time. Nobody has time, most likely, to sit and meditate for an hour or even 20 minutes. And often with a nervous system that's just been activated for years, decades, lifetimes, multiple lifetimes, it's hard to sit still for that long. So not having to carve out that time to do that or find a perfect quiet space or find a lotus somewhere to go sit on cross-leg, it's not necessary. You can just do this wherever you are. All you need is 5 minutes. And you can do them anywhere. You can do it sitting at your desk. As I mentioned, I did it in conference rooms, in meetings with people and all the things talking around me, because tuning out of that meeting for 5 minutes was not going to have me miss a thing. Trust me, it never did. Only thing you're kind of automatically wired to hear your name. So if somebody actually referred to me or noticed when people were looking at me, never actually happened. That 5-minute checkout was all I needed. And again, your desk, in a conference room, in meetings, in your car. If you need to just take a step away and sit in your car, or if you're transitioning from being at work to going home, that time in the car before you drive is when you can take that awareness breath, or even once you leave the job, sitting in your car, and you do that, you do micro moments then, and then once you get home, before you walk into the house, you do your micro moments. And the idea is that you can reset, leave what was at work, and be attentive to yourself or your family once you get home, because your time is yours. But the point is, again, micro moments meet you where you are and can be a tool that you use in multiple ways. So in my first book, From Fat, Black, and Unlovable to Beautiful, Powerful Love, I introduced these micro moments as part of the work, a framework for healing and self-love. It was what I used to move myself. I always have this fairly graphic image of army crawling through glass. Because sometimes when you're trying to make it through some stuff, emotionally and mentally, that's what it feels like. And if there's a tool that can pad those arms so you're not getting all cut up and bloody and bruised doing the work that you have to do, then that's what I'm gonna lean into. And this framework of the work that I introduced in my first book, that the micro moments was a part of, helped me to get through some very difficult times. And they continue to help me and evolve. So in the activity book, I brought them back and I expanded the practice in the activity book, Remember Who the Fuck You Are. And I integrated the micro moments into these themes of remembering who you are, from nurture yourself all the way to the seventh theme around finding balance and healing through nature. So these micro moments, again, each theme has a micro moment tracker, so that you can know when you've done the things, when you've taken care of yourself, when you've taken, oh, I did 5 micro moments today. I'm good. And see the difference in how you feel and be able to track that over time. And again, celebrate these small wins of self-care, and celebrate yourself in these small wins. Um, I really got stuck on that because I was getting distracted and thinking about how do I celebrate myself? Oftentimes, I'm like, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. And that is an effect from the capitalist world that we're in. And I can say, having been, many would say, in the belly of the beast of some of the corporations that I've worked for, this idea of productivity was all you ever heard, was all that was focused upon. I believe we were even assessed to some degree on how we creatively expanded our productivity. It was all about what you did. And what you did from one year did not carry you forth to the next year. It was all about what have you done for me lately? Oftentimes, even quarter to quarter. There was no long-term memory of the value that you gave to your job, to your projects, or anything. And so undoing that, releasing that, cleansing that, transmuting that has been a process. So when I was talking about, when I was just mentioning, you heard me stutter around, celebrate those small wins and those powerful acts of self-care. That's actually been an area that I struggle with, which is why I create these things that I create, the book, the tracker, these meditations, this video. Uh, Oftentimes it's to remind myself of the work that I'm in progress with. And heck, if all of us can come through and do it, then that energy can all help us all to do it more. But I digress. So let's talk a little bit more about the science behind the micro moments. Why do we focus on 5 minutes? Well, science, and I'm sure in your own experience, small, consistent actions throughout the day can have a profound effect on your mental, emotional, and even your spiritual and physical well-being. When we experience stress, our nervous system stays in a heightened state, making it harder for us to connect, to focus, to breathe, or even just feel at ease in our own bodies. Always waiting for the next shoe to drop, always waiting for something to happen. Our nervous systems become locked. We were not meant to live that way perpetually. This is another area that I know a lot about when we think about nervous system and being in that fight or flight. Um, After my first book, I've been writing and doing all the things, but I experienced another health trauma that was directly related to that. And I won't go into details on this video, as I've mentioned it in other ones, and I'll dive further into it in other videos. But I had a rare tumor in my adrenal gland, and your adrenal gland is the part of your anatomy, is a gland that's right above your kidney that emits hormones that are about adrenaline, the hormones that gets everything ramped up in your body so that you can run, so that you can fight, or you're so incredibly terrified that you freeze. That tumor had my nervous system, my adrenal, my adrenaline hormones constantly in an extreme level of fight or flight to the point where it was doing damage internally. We're good now, had that removed, but it's just amazing to me all of these experiences that I've had directly impacted my health, my body, my health. And so I had to learn. Again, more reasons why I create these tools that I create because I needed them. So I know someone else must need them as well. Because we don't just come here as an anomaly that no one else is experiencing similar things. So again, I digress. Um, Micro moments uses techniques like breath work and visualization to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is known as the rest and digest, very different than fight or flight. So I've had to retrain my body to rest and digest. And it's a work in progress because we don't know how long that tumor in my adrenal gland was malfunctioning, or actually, which came first, being in trauma, being in a constant state of fear or stress or anxiety created the tumor, or the tumor was giving feedback that created the situation. We don't know. I don't know. But all I know is all of this got to get retrained. And micro moments help me to do that in these small incremental ways that I don't have to stress about finding a huge amount of time to do. And that's the powerful part, that when you practice these moments consistently, multiple times a day, you do retrain your brain and your body to respond to stress differently. Because the reality is, stress is always going to happen. We all know this. We're living through it right now. Stress is going to be there. The external experiences, the external circumstances will always be there to create some type of pressure. But it's our response to that stress, it's our response to those external situations that dictate the life that we have, the health that we have, the experience that we have. We do have control over how we respond to the shit that happens outside of us. Micro moments expand your capacity to respond to the bullshit. As simple as I can put it. You build resistance. Resistance to the bullshit, but you build resilience. Now, I'm not talking about resilience in terms of, oh, Black women, just be resilient and fight more. I'm talking about to where you can block out the noise. You can see things for what they are and act accordingly, but the fear and the trauma and the drama that actually, many things in the modern world tries to pour onto us, we can resist it. We have strengthened the muscle so that we can resist that which trying to come for us. And you have more calm and focus over time. Now, I mentioned that word, which is another word, a trigger point for me. I'm surprised I didn't float off then. Consistency. Consistency is the key. Man, that has been one of my difficulties. Y'all, you're hearing all of my difficulties. Again, the things that I create is because I need them. The things that I create is because they are a requirement for me to go to the next level, for me to shed, for me to go forward. And so consistency is part of what's important with these micro moments. So it's better to do a little bit every day than to try to cram all your self-care into one session or one session a week. A little bit every day. Same thing with if you're changing your eating habits, if you are trying to exercise or get fit, anything that you're trying to do to make a lasting change, there are sometimes big changes that you just need to do right now. But oftentimes, even after that big monumental decision or change that you make, you still need small incremental things to actually change your habits, to change your circumstances. And micro moments is here for that. Um, and it's why they're so effective. They're easy to implement and they do add up. Over time, they will reshape how you feel and how, again, you respond to the shit happening in the world around you. That's part of remembering who the fuck you are, to remember you have the power. You have the power to affect change in your life. And once you do that, you have the power to affect change in the world. But it has to start in here. It has to start with your own life, your own world, your own mindset, your own body. Micro moments, take that time back one bit at a time. No one can take that from you. So when I first started practicing again, it was challenging. I had two young kids at the time. I was married, didn't know I was in a abusive relationship, but I was. Once you get out of a situation and you start to get the therapy that you need and unpacking the things that you need, you see things clearly, and it's like, whoa, no wonder all the things came to a head. But it was difficult to implement micro moments because of all of these stresses, and honestly, because of my own self-sabotaging. I didn't think, honestly, that I was good enough, worthy enough, that I was lovable enough to love myself that much to give myself that time. Hence the from Fat, Black, and Unlovable to Beautiful, Powerful Love, I had to relearn how to love myself. And it's still a work in progress to love myself to the core and the depth of unconditional love that I seek and that we all deserve. So I found some tools to help me make the difference. And there's just small things. Aside from, when I put these micro moments in, actually both books, but when I put it in the first book and created them, I was recording these for myself because if I started doing meditations, I would get distracted trying to remember what I was trying to do a visualization on. But if I can just sit back and listen, I just got to follow through with what I'm listening to. My eyes are closed and I am just going deeper into myself with the sound of, in this case, my own voice guiding the way. But there's other tools that I use as well. I set alarms on my phone so that throughout the day, I got a little alert to remind me to take a micro moment. Because I would forget. If I'm in a heated situation or just trying to make it through the day or make it through all these meetings or make it to pick somebody up from school, and again, these started back when my kids were young, I got caught up in just trying to go through the day and would forget to do it. So I set these alarms on my phone to to do the micro moment. And I would, if I couldn't do it in that moment, I would just snooze it. So it would keep reminding me until I could carve out 5 minutes of whatever was happening and get it done. Else it would keep reminding me. So that helped a lot in these gentle nudges to help me build this habit and this daily practice until it became second nature. And then I used timer apps that had soothing sounds like chimes or flutes. And trust me, you don't want a jarring alarm pulling you out of a meditation or a moment of calm. These sounds helped me to focus on the practice without worrying about the clock. If I knew I got 5 minutes till I got to be at the next spot or the next meeting, or I need to leave the house or do whatever I need to do, I'm taking this micro moment to bring me in. I needed to be able to just focus on the going in and not, is it 5 minutes yet? Did I go 10 minutes? Did I only do 2 minutes? Again, when you are in a state of healing from trauma, time is not clear in your mind. Time is a construct anyway, but when you are in your body and your mind and your nervous system and all the parts are healing from trauma, you don't really have a clear concept of time. And so it's really important to use a timer and one of these timers that have, again, nice soothing sounds so that you can go into the micro moment. You set the timer for 5 minutes, go into the micro moment, and let the timer gently bring you out with some sound of flute or water or birds tweeting, whatever your jam is, but let that pull you out of it so it can really be a time for you to decompress. Again, 5 minutes, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it does a lot. And the best part, you can track these in your, well, it's not the best part, but in the Remember Who the Fuck You Are activity book and journal for Black women, there are trackers in there. And by tracker, I just mean it's a page where you can visually take a pen on paper and say, I did this. I love the digital age, I love technology, but sometimes using your body and paper to do a thing, like make a check mark, is beneficial for you in the process of changing and remembering. You want to get your body involved. It can't be all visual, mental, and digital. Some things can be there, some things need to be on paper. That's why the activity book and journal is only available in print. I don't have it available as a download or something that you can do and fill in PDFs. I want you to hold a thing. I want you to hold paper. I want you to get a pen. And with this particular work, the activity book, I want you to get colored pencils and markers and crayons, and I want you to play to the extent that you can. But I want you to play in real world, in the real life, in real life. So again, these trackers are pages where you can record your moments of mindfulness and reflect on your progress and know that you have put in the work and see it build up over time and notice how you feel. And also it encourages you to stay consistent And again, they are totally flexible. You can do different types of practices. I'm going to share with you a bunch of different recordings on this YouTube channel for each of the 7 themes of Remember Who the Fuck You Are. And once you get into the rhythm and understand it, you can do your own thing. Different types of practices, whether it's simple breathing exercises, grounding exercises, and visualizations, even body scans. Taking that tour inside your own body. I do that a lot, having survived all of the traumatic and near fatal health conditions that I have and having the ongoing chronic conditions. I'm always checking in with this body. I will be the first to know if something's not right and be able to act on it because I do these body scans and I know my body. But it's about finding out what works for you, what you need, what your body needs, what your nervous system needs. And now you try a bunch of different things and see what resonates. And I don't mean a bunch of different things, but you try these different types of micro moments. You try these different types of breath work and visualization techniques and even different visualizations to see what works for you and keep doing that, testing out the theories, because what works for you at this stage, once you get some healing and you move that spiral of healing, you may need something different. In fact, I almost guarantee you're going to need something different because nothing is just going to just stay the same. If you're healing, you're going to change. So what you need to continue healing will change. So, and remember who the fuck you are. Each micro moment, again, is connected to a theme of remembering. Whether it's nurturing yourself, embodying your sensuality, transforming your life, and so on. But here's a quick understanding of what you get. Again, they're breath work practices, simple techniques that calm your nervous system and create space for you to be aware, for you to be present with yourself. There's grounding visualizations where you can connect with nature, your body, and the present moment. And again, each meditation is specific to the theme, and each theme is a component of, as Black women, how we need to start remembering who we are, how we need to reach each part of what we need to heal, each part we need to reclaim and reconnect with. And these meditations connect with each of those themes, and each of those themes connect with each of those parts of us. And it's all about helping you to deepen your self-awareness, awareness and healing, and to come back to yourself. They're perfect for anyone. Again, I mentioned this before, anybody who struggles to meditate. And I know a lot of people who are just like, I can't meditate. I can't, this just sit still too long. Um, or they feel like they don't have time. I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat about a year after I got out the hospital from all of those surgeries and living and dying and living and dying. And in that 10 days, you don't talk to anyone. It's called Vipassana. They're all over the country. Your first time you go is free. And I do mean it's free. 10 days and you pay nothing. What a beautiful system. But the point is, can you be silent and meditate for hours upon hours every day for 10 days? And I can tell you the things I learned about myself in that experience. And one big takeaway is that this mind is like a stallion. It just wants to go. Um, and I bet yours is kind of like that too. A lot of people will talk about the monkey mind. But the idea that the point is, most people don't have 10 days, and I certainly don't have 10 days anymore to spend meditating within myself or have that type of space and time to even spend hours every day. So the point is, you can take that time to get it in and to do it to the extent that you can, but just do it consistently until you build the muscle. And even those with an established practice, this is a nice quick hitter. If you can meditate for 20 minutes or an hour, or if you've done Vipassana and you've continued the practice, go for it. But you can include these as well, because a quick little hit break cannot hurt, can only rejuvenate you, can only assist you in moving forward in the world as you were meant to be and as who you are meant to be. So I just want to thank you. I hope that this was helpful, learning about these micro moments, why they were created, why I created. I said they were created like somebody else. Um, but in reality, I'm calling them micro moments, but I didn't come up with the concept of breath work to calm your system. These are actually ancient practices that we're packaging in a way to use them in a modern world. But I hope this was helpful to you and that you now are encouraged or inspired to make these small practices a part of your life so that you have the power to transform, so that you have the power to deal with the bullshit in the world as it comes and maintain your groundedness, maintain your mental, emotional, and spiritual connections, and to be who you want to be, and to create the change that you want to create in your own life and in the world, and to really claim fully who you are. Now, if you haven't already, you can check out my first book, From Fat, Black, and Unlovable to Beautiful, Powerful Love, on paperback, ebook, and it's also an audiobook you can find on Amazon as well as my website. And those powerful lessons of what I experienced and what I learned observing my ancestral mothers, observing the words and the comments and the teachings from my family of origin and how that applied into what I was experiencing. Hopefully that will resonate and be of hope to you. And then more recently, this new activity book, Remember Who the Fuck You Are, it's fun. It's less it- the first book is a book. This is an activity book, so it's more interactive. You can get more involved with it. And again, those themes can really help you guide you back to yourself. And the meditations and the journaling prompts and the coloring pages and all the things can help you stay consistent because you're doing the work, but it doesn't always have to be heavy. Now, to stay, and that one also is available on Amazon. If you are not in the US, on Amazon, you can only purchase it if you are getting it shipped in the US. If you're outside of the US, you can go to my website to get the activity book and purchase it there so we ship all over the world when you get it from my site. But on Amazon, it's only for US. And I would encourage you to stay updated on new books. I have classes and new offerings coming up in the next few weeks here. So get on my email list, which all of this is going to be linked in the description box. But if you get on my email list, you'll learn more about these things that are coming up. Remember Who the Fuck You Are is really, and Beautiful, Powerful Love as a series is really about a movement to help Black women restore ourselves to our own greatness, to know who we are, to remember who we are, and to stand in that. And once you stand in that, you don't have to demand it from anyone else. They have no choice. But first, we have to reclaim it and understand it and heal it and know it for ourselves. That's where the work starts. And everything that I do, these books, the classes and coaching programs that I have coming up, and other offerings, sign up on my email list so that you can learn about these and you'll be the first to hear about them and be able to join us so we can really create community, especially around this, my latest work, the activity guide, because I think that is prime for coming together to work through those activities and to work through those themes. So I hope this video resonated with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone that you think would need this and need a little bit more calming and grounding in their life. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've used any of the micro moments, um, or if you have the book. If you have the book, make sure you get it. By the book, I mean the most recent one, Remember Who the Fuck You Are. That includes a community. And so if you have the book, you'll see in there there's a resource hub. And through that resource hub, you can get to the online community. That is a private community. It's not on any of the metas or any other social media. It's an online community sister circle that I manage and own and curate. And so we're taking it to a space where we can actually build and grow community together. So if you have the book, make sure you join the community connected to the book so that we can continue to engage and grow. Whew! I bet this video was way longer than I intended it to be, but we're not going to do it again. And it is what it is. We keep it moving forward. So one thing I want to leave you with is to remember to take your moments of calm. They are yours. Your life is yours. Your body is yours. Your health, your experiences. This life is yours. Take the time, take the moments, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And remember, transformation ain't easy. It takes work, but it's the small, consistent steps that lead to the lasting change. Just start with these 5 minutes, see how it feels, and go from there. Because guess what? You deserve fill in the blank of all the positive, all the love, all the light, all the abundance, all the joy, all the pleasure, all the things that you desire are looking for you as well. I wish you the best. I send you love. I send you light. And I want you to know that you are loved, loving, and lovable. You are love. Until next time.